olive oil, saffron, apple cider vinegar, ginger, turmeric. These are all things that are available to us in our grocery stores that we can start adding to our diets to increase our health and our gut health in particular. Today, Dr. Mark Sherwood is back on the Off the Bench podcast, and we're going to tackle issues related to your health. Stick around. I think you're going to be encouraged. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Before I finish with part 2 of my interview with my friend, Dr. Mark Sherwood, I want to just let you guys know we've got a brand new study getting ready to release in February here at Mom Strong International. Go to Mom Strong International for the month of February. We are going to be tackling the topic of motherhood. The study is called Irreplaceable, and that's exactly what you are. If you are a mom, God has given you this incredible role and responsibility of training up and teaching your children. We're going to talk about homemaking and why it's so important that our hearts are home and what it means to be devoted to your family and devoted to the Lord. So that's going to be a wonderful study, and you can become a member right now at momstronginternational.com. All right, you guys, without further ado, here's part 2 of my interview with my wonderful friend, Dr. Mark Sherwood.
My prayer and hope is that people from this podcast will have the blinders removed and begin to see truth.
Yeah, and we've got to start changing, we've got to start thinking for ourselves and really changing our dependence on the mainstream media and getting our sources from regular news. We got to start digging deeper, which is unfortunate, but that's where we are right now. I saw, and I got a couple other questions I want to throw at you, but I saw that the Pentagon has finally been like, okay, we didn't mean it. You don't have to get the shot. Did you see that?
I did. And again, I'm not surprised. It's
too little, too late there, dude.
Yeah, it's fool me once, shame on, you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
Shame on me, right.
They know it's not going to work a second time. It ain't going to work, even though they're going to try to gain more control. It's not going to work. There's been too much rebellious, and they've underestimated the American heart. I hope people caught that. They've way underestimated the true American heart. Now, America's gone, but Americans are not. Just think about that. But yeah, they a little too late. I saw, even the NFL thing has been in the news. Right. Of course, everybody knows that. And somebody put a real weird spin on that and said that, well, they changed policy, and they used a headline from March 2022. The NFL changed policies on that a year ago almost at this point. But here we are with this quagmire of mess on our hands, and we should have known better. People were saying they should have known better. People were saying they shouldn't do it. And this is, again, another issue, Heidi, where we allowed a reactionary response to come to fruition, and it was just irresponsible. And I blame everybody in charge. Ignorance is no excuse because people did say stuff.
Oh, yeah. And I had some of the America's Frontline Doctors, as you well know, on my show talking about this a year and a half ago. And they were saying, listen, run from this, run from that. This isn't normal. That's not normal. Those guys lost their jobs. They were prosecuted by the government. It's just amazing. It's amazing to me at a shameful moment for the medical community. And it's why I'm so thankful for voices like yours and other brave doctors who are coming out and just saying, listen, we can take our health back under control. Stop looking at the government's idea of what's healthy for you, the food pyramid's on its head, all the things, right? And just start thinking for yourself. I want to ask you really quickly about a couple things. So
sure.
People have been writing into me lately, just talking about, hey, what can I do to get healthier? Which I love these questions as they're coming in. One of the really great things that people can do immediately is start adding olive oil to their daily routine. Tell us a little bit about the benefits of olive oil and how people can start taking it.
Well, and also we got to address the rebounder question. Can't forget that one.
Got to get back to the lymph system.
Olive oil, polyphenols. Remember that word, polyphenols. These are extremely healthy. This is one of the pluses of the typical Mediterranean diet. They eat a lot of olive oil. Most of these diets, though, are beneficial because we take out the processed foods. Just people should know that. There's no secret diet out there other than the old Homo
Stop eating
sapien
Cheez-Its.
Human diet. Don't eat junk, right?
Right.
My motto of the day is don't eat crap, right? Really good to know that. But olive oil is great. It is great for heart health. It's great for brain health, and some of those oils will become anti-inflammatory. Very important. You want to look for cold-pressed extra virgin in a dark bottle. You don't want to have a clear bottle because the actual exposure to light can actually impair with some of the chemistry of that oil. You order those things online or find a certain organic source you can trust, right? Now, a good way to test if it's a good oil, and if you go in a place that has it and they have specialization in oils, they'll let you do this. You take a teaspoon of that and put it in your mouth, even like people are doing now as health. But when you swallow it, good oils that are fresh and really have these, they're called oleocanthins. Another big word for you tonight, Heidi. Oleocanthins. And so
I'm not even going to try to write that.
Yeah, that's a big one. Just know it's almost like a spicy, peppery feeling in your throat.
Yes,
that's it.
Peppery.
There you go. That's a good oil.
I love that. And that's what I was, and actually people can do this. My mother-in-law the other day was telling me, Heidi, you should take a teaspoon of this every night. I had a friend tell me that it's helped her husband stop snoring.
Yeah.
He's taking a teaspoon of olive oil before he goes to bed. Another friend of mine said it that has helped whiten her teeth. It's lubricating your joints. There's so many benefits to olive oil. And I was just talking to you before the show, and I said, hey, man, I just made hummus the other day with avocado and chickpeas and tahini and all the things, and just drizzle the whole top of it with olive oil, with a really good olive oil. And then I'll tell you what, dude, if that ain't a good vehicle for my sourdough bread, I do not know what is. Okay.
Hey, you can take that and run that sourdough bread in that and just slather it on there. And I'm telling you, folks, that's a big way to build health in your body in a hurry.
Come on. Yes, it is. And what's in sourdough bread? Water and flour and salt. That's it.
No big deal.
No big deal. No high fructose corn syrup. None of that garbage in there. All right. So olive oil, you guys, go get some. The next one is ginger shot. So I told you I was making, if you guys will check out my Instagram, I put it up there, but I made ginger shots. I found these cute little 2-ounce mason jars, and they say shot on them. It's totally awesome. And we're doing that, before bedtime. Sometimes we do it in the morning, but this is, it's apples and oranges and lemons and cucumber and all kinds of good things. And then, of course, ginger, which is spicy, and a fair amount of turmeric. Why is ginger so good for the human body?
Incredible as an antimicrobial for the gut. That is huge right there.
You're going to balance your gut.
That's right. And it goes back to a question we had earlier about estrogen clearance, which probably was driven by many times the lack of gut health, right? And so everybody should be focused on gut health. The old naturopathic philosophy is true health or true disease begins in the gut, because the mouth is truly synonymous with the open border policy, right? That kind of deal. So people can think like that. But if you can take that ginger and bring it in there, that is anti-inflammatory, it's antimicrobial, and it's also an antioxidant that will help you in detoxification. Pretty cool. And then you add a little turmeric, which has curcumin in it, known antioxidant, known anti-inflammatory, and also will help you with detoxification pathways. That is a great shot, so to speak. I think people should be getting that recipe off of Instagram and do it every night.
Good. Well, you know what? I'll probably link to it in the show notes so that people can have it, because really I just threw all that stuff, the skin of the apple, everything. I threw it all into my Vitamix, blended that stuff up, and because I don't have a juicer, strain it through cheesecloth, and boom, you got juice. I filled up 12 or 13 little shots and had more left over after that. And you guys, it takes you, take you 20 minutes to put that together, and then you got really, really good stuff for the whole week, and it doesn't cost you $6 for a little shot like they're going to charge you. Okay, 2 questions left, and I want to let's get back to the rebounder really quick.
Oh, yeah. So we have a primary detox system that I talked about earlier. It's kind of a liver-driven kind of system with enzymes phase 1, 2, and 3. But we also have a secondary detox system called your lymphatic drainage system. The detox system has a blood flow. The lymphatic system has no circulatory flow. So when you start bouncing, you actually force the lymphatic drainage to occur. Movement creates lymphatic drainage. And that's why a massage will move those lymphs around and it will make you not only relax, but they'll always tell you, drink water because you're going to be clearing a lot of toxins. Exercise, movement, bouncing, they move that lymph and they clean out the body. Clean out your primary trash can and make sure you drain your secondary trash can. And that's the benefit of bouncing.
I love it. I love it. And anyone can do it. I have a little rebounder that I've been getting on a couple, but I'll tell you what, that's a workout.
It is.
Oh, that little trampoline. And I read the other day that 10 minutes of a good movement on that trampoline is like a 50-minute run. And they're not kidding. Because after 5 minutes, I was like, okay, I'm out. I need to, Heidi needs to sit.
You're working on those balancing muscles, those proprioceptive muscles, and it's like you're working more than you think.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just something that's so easy to do. They're cheap, they're efficient, they don't take up a lot of space.
That's right.
They don't take a lot of time. Movement is life. Lack of movement, well, closer to rigor mortis.
That's exactly right. Last question for the day, apple cider vinegar. This question comes in a lot. Talk to us about the benefits of apple cider vinegar.
Back to our infamous gut health.
Mm-hmm.
It is so important that we have good gut health. Within our gut health, we have our immune system around here. And if we don't have to overactivate the immune system by what we put in our gut, or maybe better said, what we don't put in our gut, the immune system can act more appropriately and stronger in other things, like building antibodies and stuff like that. Apple cider vinegar should be done. Now, it's a little strong. People should be aware of that. But I like to say, just either, depending on what part of the country you're in, cowboy up or cowgirl up and get it done.
That's right. It's totally right. It's like, come on, you guys, you can do it. You can do it.
Oh, yeah.
And really, I mean, the only people that are going to help us be responsible for our health is us. So we get to take charge of it. You guys, I'm telling you what, you'll feel better. You'll look better. You'll be so proud of yourself because you did the hard thing. You should have seen Mark. You should have seen Jay this morning chugging his ginger shot. It was awesome.
Did
he was like, oh, well, at first he was like, this is real strong. Then he was like, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So, it's addicting too. People like the little embracing of the little bit of spice and a little bit of hot. It's good.
It is good. And you've done something good for yourself. And it's just part of taking care of yourself. Stop listening to these woke government agencies that are literally trying to kill you. And start looking to what God already gave us in creation that will help you take care of your body. Dr. Mark Sherwood, it's just a pleasure to have you. People can find you online at sherwood.tv/Heidi. That is how they can get a hold of those supplements. And I will, in the show notes today, I'm going to write myself a note right now. I will put the recipe, because I also had a homemade Nutella that I was telling you about.
Oh, you got to put that there too. Call that a bonus, right?
Yeah, medjool dates and cacao and hot water. And I'm telling you what.
Oh, one little tip I'll give you. If you want to add a little cool thing to your ginger shots, a little tiny pinch of some cayenne.
Cayenne. I knew you were going to say that.
There you go, man. That's good.
If the ginger wasn't hot enough, add a little cayenne. I love that. I did that. It's so good. It's so good. Dr. Mark, you're a treasure. Thanks for being my friend and for coming on the show and giving people some hope today. I appreciate it.
I'm honored. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You guys want more information on my friend, Dr. Mark Sherwood? Check him out at sherwood.tv/Heidi. You guys take control of your health. You can do it. 2023 is going to be your best year ever. Exercise, get in the Word of God, love your people well, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow at the intersection of faith and culture.